Coming. Hi, Jody. Come on in. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. My name is Katie O'Neill, and I'm here to take you on a guided tour of a 2021 Superstar. Again, Katie O'Neill. You can reach me at 303-562-8659, and I'll give you a little heads up. So today we're looking at stock number 5N201402. Again, 201402. This is a sold unit. I'm really excited to present it to you though, because it's one of our first 2021 Superstars, and this is the 4051 floor plan. It's very popular. It's just a lovely coach. The reason I give you the stock number, even though it's sold though, is because you can tune in to YouTube and go to Transwest's YouTube channel. Not only will you be able to find that video with that stock number, you'll find a whole bunch of other videos. So if you're looking to compare and contrast, just because they drop off the website doesn't mean that they actually drop off completely. You can find us at YouTube if you missed us at Facebook, and watch and rewatch videos as often as possible, so that you can learn all of the information that you need to make an appropriate buying decision. So now that we've got that, why don't we go ahead and start back here. Jody, come on back. Take your time walking through. There's a lot to see in this RV. So we're going to start here in this 4051, which is a bath and a half model, in the restroom. So this rear bath is nice. This is your private quarters. You'll notice that you've got a really big shower, 35 radius. It does have a teak seat, so if you'd like to sit down and shave your legs, you can do that. That way you can, wash your feet. You not only have a rain head here, you've got a nice skylight here for a little extra room, and then you've got a handheld shower head as well. So you've got a handheld and in place. Also, it's nice that you've got a little shelf here to keep any of your shampoo and conditioner, body wash, whatever you might need. And I do really enjoy the fact that this has got this kind of magnetic door. So what's nice about this is if it's cold out, this kind of keeps a nice vacuum so that you don't have any of that hot air, escaping your shower. So you can be nice and warm and cuddly while you're taking a shower. I don't like being cold. Also, you'll notice that we have both a rope hook here, and then in a few seconds I'll show you where the other one is. But so this is nice because honestly, doesn't everybody need a rope hook? Not just me? Like, I should share, or maybe I just need two. Who knows? Anyhow, so on to the next best part of this RV. First of all, let's talk about some storage. And so you'll see that we have these nice drawers, which are soft close. Great place for underwears, bathing suits, socks, and then below here, more drawer storage. So great for, I don't know, shorts, t-shirts, whatever it might be. And then also, let me turn the slide on, some good hanging storage. And there's more to be had than this, but it's just nice to have an extra closet. And you'll notice that Newmar does have their safe in the back there. That's a really nice feature that's been, it's an option for this coach. It's been included. And it's just a great place to be able to keep valuables locked up, or to, maybe keep your wallet in there, whatever it might be if you're going to be out for the day. So that brings us into this wonderful kitchen, or this wonderful bathroom area. First and foremost, you have a really great amount of space here in the medicine cabinet. And you'll notice it's kind of, a trademark of Newmar when you get into these high-end coaches. All of this carpet lining keeps things from rattling. So just really nicely finished, nicely adorned, and really deep. So a lot of room if you want to keep a hairdryer in there, some Band-Aids, first aid kits, whatever you might need while you're out camping. And then of course you've got this beautiful, polished surface with a very luxurious, residential style faucet. And I love these glass tiles in the background. They make it absolutely beautiful. And then I'll just show you a little more drawer storage. So quite a lot, and you'll notice all of these are soft close the entire way through. And this is a great place to keep towels. So really handy. Now there's more storage to be had underneath here. This is a wonderful place if you want to keep your pods for your washer and dryer, and maybe some dryer sheets, some spray and wash. And then I love the Splendid washer stack. What's so nice about that is that you can actually go ahead and wash your clothes while you're on the road. Let me see if I can turn this off. Oh well, I don't have my phone with me. Sorry, but guys, it's ringing in the background. Anyhow, so Great washer and dryer stack back here. And then you'll also notice that we have, in addition to an escape hatch in the master bedroom, we also have this escape hatch here. Once again, a Newmar trademark. You've got lock and unlock. You unlock, pull the handle, it will pop open the door. There's a magnetic cover that releases a ladder, and you can actually escape through the rear, or you could just simply put this down and use it to load all of your linens and supplies for your trip. Please do note that throughout the cab you're going to have your day shades, and then you're also going to have your MCD night shades. So nice dark area for you here. And somebody asked me the other day about screens for these windows. So that's how these work. If you're curious, you just have a nice screen here, but you still have plenty of fresh air and ventilation. If you're camping in the forest and you love the smell of the pine trees, nothing wrong with keeping that open. If you'd like to have a little extra ventilation as well, we have a fantastic fan. It does also have the automatic closer. So if we, for instance, leave it open at night and it starts raining, it'll close for you automatically. That brings us down to our hand. This is a COVID-proof RV. If you have a friend who uses your potty, they just wipe their hand over here. It'll flush the toilet when the RV is not winterized and the water pumps on. And then here you have your toilet paper holder. And I love this little laundry basket. How nice is that? Not a lot of RVs have a little laundry basket, but it's a great place to keep your stuff before you have to wash it. And then another just huge cabinet full of storage. On the note of the laundry basket, if you have campfire stuff, I always like to point out it's a really good place to keep your jeans or your t-shirts after you've had a campfire, if you don't want the rest of the RV to smell like campfire or bonfire. So here's another rope hook. I know we mentioned that. And then I love this wallpaper. It's really classy, very modern. And then you've got your own privacy door right here. And you'll notice that there's no latches to attach or unattach. They just simply lock into place. And there's a release right here. The door, just pull down on that lever and that opens it for you. So that's going to bring you into our bedroom. So one of the things to note about this bedroom is, man, is it's spacious. There is so much room on either side of the bed to get in and out. This is a really big concern for a lot of people. If you've got to use the facilities at night, first of all, we've got underbed lighting, so it's nice. You can see where you're going without having the lights turned on. But that being said, both sides are accessible. And you'll note that we have nightstands here. And then Jody, I'm going to open this little cabinet below and ask you just to show the 110 outlet along with the 2 USB ports. So a great place to store your phone, and you can charge it at night, and then you can keep your water bottle or whatever it is that you might like down there, maybe a book that you're reading. And then you'll notice we also have these adjustable reading lights up here. So these are pivot lights that move around. And if you see here, there's the control switches for your lights, all right here, and then also your security lights. And when I open this above, once again, this is all carpet lined. And I don't know if you can get over here, Jody, just to show a picture back there, but there's a 110 outlet. So if you do have a CPAP machine that you need to keep plugged in, it's got access points on both the left and the right hand side of the bed. This is a sleep number bed. So this is his and hers, his and his, hers and hers, inflatable to your preference. So each party can be comfortable, and it is a king. So it's not only a lot of room on either side of the bed, but a lot of room in the bed itself. Recently, I've heard a lot of people need extra room for their dogs. So you can have plenty of pooches in this bed, and that of course is all important. I won't open this again, but we do have a duplication of that 110 and then the USB ports and the cabinet below. And then Jody will show you. Say hi, Jody. So here's my spectacular cameraman. Cherish is back. Hopefully we get to keep both, because we love you guys both. You guys both do a great job for us. But Jody does all of our filming, and he was just taking a little cameo in our nice dark tinted mirror. So it's really nice to have a full-length mirror like that in a coach like this. So this is one of your wardrobe closets. You've got 2 more down here that are really long. There's a third on the right-hand side, and you've got 2 that are a little shorter here in between. And these are just really, really nice. Once again, you know, in Napanee, Indiana, the Amish do a phenomenal job with our cabinetry. It really sets us apart. Of course, the trademark slogan for Newmar is "When you know the difference." And man, when you get into a Newmar Super C like this, you can't help but to know the difference. The construction quality of these RVs is absolutely spectacular. So nice big television here. Again, we talked about another emergency exit in the rear of the coach. So you've got a mid-entry, you've got a rear exit in the bedroom, you've got a rear exit in the bathroom. I mean, this is just a really safe place. And the funny thing is you've got an induction cooktop, so you've also got a very low chance of having a fire in the RV. But all that being said, if there was something wrong, you could get out for sure. And then I will just show you, this is a nice cabinet. This is where you would keep your receiver if you wanted to have a satellite receiver. It does come with a Blu-ray. And then this coach is equipped with not only the Blu-ray player, but it also has a Razer antenna. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got a satellite receiver. And right here, Jody, if you don't mind, I'll just show that there's another outlet underneath here. So if you wanted to plug in maybe a laptop, a computer, or something along those lines, you could do that there. And then I'm going to show you this really cool last closet. And I do have the lights on in here. You don't have to have those on, so those are on there just to kind of show you. But I love the way this slide out works. So first of all of your light switches are glowing, so you can always find them, but you can turn them off if you like, so you can make them so that they're low. And then everything is just touch of the button, really, really easy to see. And then this is the slide control for your rear slide. So this is a 2-slide unit. You've got a bedroom slide and you have a full wall slide. So I'm standing right now in this full wall slide. So this whole aspect of the RV is completely slid out, and that's what gives you so much extra room. And again, we have another separation door here, just giving you a little bit of privacy. And what's so nice about this, once again, is it's just a very simple latch system. You don't really have to do anything to release it except for to pull down on that knob. So earlier today, when we were just getting ready for the video, we had a little bit of a carpet fiber, etc., that we needed to sweep up. So we just went ahead and slid it here into our Central Vac. You'll notice that that is lit, so pretty cool there. And then this is where your hose attachments would go. So you also have that. Those are underneath. I'll show those to you outside. But it's a really nice feature to be able to just basically sweep into the center of the cockpit. You don't have to pull out your attachments. You can just have like a small broom and really keep on top of the dirt in your cabin, and that's just a nice feature to have. So Jody, I'm going to go ahead and open a few cabinets for you here in the bathroom, and you can kind of close them as you go. But that way we can kind of show everybody this mid-bath. And I'll tell you, so one thing to note is it's not a huge mid-bath, but it's more than enough room, and there's so much extra storage in there. So Jody, if you just start to the left and then move over to the right, you can kind of show everybody all of that storage, and then just close them as you go. And it's just nice, you know, if you've got people that are sleeping in this pull-out bed that we have in the front, and you don't really want to have them, you know, coming in and waking you up in the middle of the night, it's nice that they have their own restroom. And it's also for people who are, you know, trackside for, you know, a few weeks or a few months at a time. To have 2 facilities is great. You can kind of have a his and a hers, and a place where everybody can, you know, have their own place to get ready in the morning. I love the backsplash once again, and that really attractive vessel sink. And of course you've got your big medicine cabinet, plenty of room again for a hair dryer or anything else you might need. So you could really have 2 people getting ready for the day at the same time. So super, super handy there. And again, this is just part of the 4051, and it's just one of the cool things that makes this, you know, a really great coach for people who want to get off the beaten path for a little bit longer and be comfortable. So that's going to bring us to this kind of funky little door. When this is closed, you'll notice that it pivots, and that's so that while we are closed up, you do have access to this restroom, so you can use the facilities while you're driving. You could do laundry, you could make a burrito, you could make me a sandwich, whatever you like. So residential size refrigerator, another posh feature of this Newmar. This has a water filter in the refrigerator itself that could be changed out. This is the water filter. So this water filter is for the door water, but on top of that there's also a whole house water filter. So by the time this comes through, it would be filtered twice. So if you're going to be going down to Baja or anything like that, it's kind of a nice thing to have a little extra filtration. We should also show that this does have like the nice creature comforts that you'd expect from home. You know, the adjustable shelves, you know, the cheese and meat drawer, the adjustable humidity for your fruit and vegetables. as well as nice adjustable trays in the side doors. There is an ice maker down here, so that's good. The more margaritas, the better. Said one until the next morning. Just kidding, margaritas are always good. All right, so let's get to this galley. So super cool feature here. I love that we have a window once again. Hey guys, burgers are ready, right? You know, so you've got like a little extra communication for that far side of the RV. You also have a really big both convection and microwave oven. I get a lot of questions about making things in the oven. How does it work? The same way. You preheat it, you put your cookies in, you bake me some cookies, then you take those out, you eat the cookies first, then you microwave your burrito, because we all have to have our priorities straight, dessert first. But no, so seriously, you can do both. It's an oven, it's a real oven, it works great. It's a microwave, it works great. It does have a fan, an exhaust fan underneath. These RVs are really awesome. They do come with the true induction cooktops, and Newmar does actually give you a cutting board on the back side of both of these covers, which is really nice. I mentioned earlier fireproofing, so you could literally put a paper towel down on this true induction cooktop, put a pot of water on it, and boil the water without catching the paper towel on fire. So if you've got kids that are getting up and making breakfast, anything along those lines, really nice to have something that, you know, you don't have to worry about them catching things on fire in your RV. Above and beyond that, though, if you want to make some bacon, you could actually take this all outside. There's a cord that unplugs right there, and you could actually take this outside to your picnic table and make, let's say, fresh caught, you know, river trout or striped bass, whatever it is that you're having for dinner. You could cook anything stinky outside of your RV. So super nice there. There's a little cover demo, and then I love this undermount dual basin stainless steel sink with a residential faucet. Just a really nice feature. This is a super high-end faucet. I mean, I'm building a house right now, and I'm faucet shopping, and I'm like looking at the stuff that's in the Newmar, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys really go all out. I mean, these carbon fiber, like, cool door, like, cabinet handles. I mean, how neat is that? So, you know, Newmar really spares no expense. This is the that's the shelf for the oven, and you can microwave with that in there, by the way. And then just another great place for olive oil, any kind of tall things that you might want to have for storage. Here in your silverware drawer, you're going to see that there's a lot of different remotes. This is the remote for your bed. This is for your Nova awnings. You've got 2 Nova awnings. And then you got your sound bars, you got your TVs. So a whole bunch of remotes here. We do come with an extra set of paint. So if you need touch-up paint for any reason, and this is to remove and install the whole house water filter. So great silverware drawer, lots of room. Oh, you know, I couldn't get this to turn on earlier either. This is what we call in-drawer dishwasher. So dishwasher in a drawer is super handy. I highly encourage you to note that you could use this to do things like put your big pots and pans. So if you're going on a family camping trip and you want to make mac and cheese, or, you know, make mashed potatoes, anything along those lines, you've got plenty of room for larger pots because you've got this really nice dishwasher in the drawer. It's also a great way to store silverware. So there's a silverware holder in there, and you can just take out what you need and put it back in and run it again. There's nothing against washing dishes more than once. Nothing will happen to them. They will not be harmed in the washing. Okay, I'm going to put these back in because I want to show you the rest of the storage in this kitchen. So I love that they put a little brush holder here, a place for your dish brush and your sponge. I mean, that's just such a clutch little place to have it. And then a nice place for your trash can. And then here underneath your additional counter space, there's another entry port into this storage area. This is a great place to keep anything that's longer that you might, like you could keep like one of those brooms that, you know, folds in half, so you wouldn't have to carry your hose attachments here. And then once again, look at all this great drawer space. So I'm sure you're thinking, okay, great drawer space, thanks for showing me, Katie, but where's my pantry? Well, that is actually one of the best selling features of the 4051. Jody, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and close this step cover. So this step cover, when it's closed, supports humans, even big humans like me. And so you have tons and tons of safe space for your pooch to walk around in. But then on top of that, look at all of this cabinet space that you have in this RV. So here's your wine guard system, but look at how deep and how much room you have. It's kind of fun. I think that you would really be surprised at how much of a challenge it's going to be to really fill up all of this space. This is the cover for your windows up front. They just snap in place, so that's really cool. It'll be nice and dark in here. I'm going to show you how the bed folds in just a second. Before I do, this is one of the nicest features of this Newmar, is you've got this great cabinet, or this great couch that you can all lounge on, watch TV, but once again, storage space. Like, they just think of everything. So here you go, you've got these great ottomans. This Villa furniture is super, super durable. It is synthetic, it feels just like leather. It's a nice putty color. This is a Belmont interior. It's a great color if you don't want things to get dirty. I'm gonna put these up here for just a second because I wanna show you how this bed folds out. And we have a lot of sleeping accommodations in this RV. So when I say a lot, like, I'm not kidding. Like, this convertible booth is a bed. This couch is a bed. So just don't let your friends watch this video, because if you do, they're all going to want to sleep in your RV. But if you're in a pinch and it's hailing outside, or God, in Colorado it could be 80 one day and then snowing the next. If it's snowing outside, you could always have your friends sleep in your RV. Okay, so let's get our cushions out of the way. I'm gonna put these right here on top of the table. I did put the other cushion for the convertible bed underneath outside, so we'll take a look at that later. And if you're not gonna have people with you and you won't need it, don't bring it. It takes up a lot of space. But if you do need the extra space, it's just really nice. And I can't think of a better party than to have all the grandkids in here hanging out, watching movies, camping, you know, at Sequoia National Park or wherever it is that you decide to go. Okay, let's see where the lock is on this one. Okay, there's a little release. Pull that. And then just very simply, oh, maybe, hold on. Hey, operator, might want to take off all the cushions. These are Velcro cushions too. How cool is that? Which is funny because I did this like 20 minutes before we did this video. Hence my great cushion placement. Jody, you want to show this? This is where I would put everything, everybody. All right, so great cushion placement. Pop this bad boy down, pull up the leg, unfold the bed. You have not only a huge queen size bed here, you've got more sleeping accommodations here, and the best part about these is they're flush. They all meet in the middle. So if you got really tall people like my 16-year-old son who fits on nothing, dude, he can't complain. He has to go camping. That being said, you could have your daughter and son and their littles. So this could really be a great camping experience for everybody. And when you have an RV like this, that's why I said not to let them see the video. Everyone's gonna wanna go camping with you because this is such a decadent RV. Now, when you show up in a Superstar, I'll tell you, it's a head turner. I can't wait to get you outside so you can see the rest. But as you can see, super easy to put everything back. It's really, really well crafted. Ready? This is what we do on live videos. We make everything look easy. Just so you know, it's not easy. It takes a lot of practice. Thankfully, we have some phenomenal support staff behind us, both Cherish and Jody on video, and then people like Andrew and Avon who are behind the scenes, you know, running the camera, making sure our Wi-Fi stays up, making sure that you guys can have your live videos. And then the support staff that cleans everything, like Mary and the boys who made this RV just sparkle in just a few short minutes. I mean, we just really have a great team here at Transwest. When you do come in to pick up, we'll have Gary Mavellin, who's got kind of a cult following himself, do your walkthrough. You've got Bill Habercorn there for support. You just really have a phenomenal team behind you. And I think that that's one of the best parts about this RV, is that after you get it, if you have any kind of problems or any questions, you've got support staff. So I love that about Transwest. If I hadn't had such a great experience myself, I wouldn't work here. But I bought a Super C and had so much fun. I was like, why have I been selling Mercedes and Audis my entire life when I could sell like a dream on wheels? Like, this is a life-changing experience. You get an RV like this, and man, all of a sudden you're seeing parts of the world you've never seen before. So I can't encourage the lifestyle enough. Super, super fun. Grant Russell, if you're watching this, I didn't put the ottomans with the feet down on the couch. It was somebody else. I follow directions. Ottomans always go upside down, or you put little hole marks all over the couch. All right, so big space. We got that. We got our TV. I don't know if I mentioned that we have our Bose sound bar. I love that all of these windows open throughout the cabin, so we have cross ventilation available. You do have two 15,000 watt BT or 15,000 BTU Penguin, both AC and heat pumps on this unit. So that's awesome. I think one of the things we should talk about next is, look up, Jody. Look at how nicely finished this Newmar is. So you've got this soft, white ceiling, but you've got this mirrored ceiling that reflects the light. Everything is covered, all of your returns for your air conditioning. I mean, just really, really classy cabin here in this RV. So that brings us now to the conclusion and into the big black rainbow. What is this thing? Why is this here? This is here because Newmar is the only manufacturer that doesn't disable the air ride. So there's airbags under this cab. What's so nice about that is we don't disable that. So what this happens is when you're riding down the road, there's airbags, and this coach is actually separate from the house. So when you're sitting in this cab, you've got much more of a bus feeling. I hear a lot of people ask about driving Super C. I feel like it's a lot easier than driving a bus personally. It's probably because I have a lot of practice in driving one. But you don't feel like you're driving anything big, because it's just like your car. It's just a bigger version of your car. But the air ride is so nice on the Newmar product, and we're the only manufacturer that keeps this intact. Now, that being said, we also do something else very unique. So first of all, we have, of course, once again, all of this great storage, but we've got Bruce here, Bruce Bordner. He is your Newmar customer brand specialist. Dude's awesome. He's there to answer questions for you. If you can't get a hold of me, can't get a hold of Gary, you can't get a hold of Bill, you can call Bruce, you can send him an email, you can call, Freightliner's got an 800 number. We've just got all sorts of support systems. But for Newmar to spend the extra money to actually have a consultant who can help you figure out how to put down your hydraulic jacks, figure out, do I put my slides out first or do I put my jacks out first? Like, I forgot how to do this. Now, that being said, I do recommend you have a checklist for departure, arrival, and then actually departure from home and arriving to home, so that you remember how to, winterize or close up your coach for storage, versus how to make sure you've got everything ready to go when you're ready to rock and roll. There's nothing worse than going camping and figuring out that you forgot a bunch of stuff that you needed. So I do recommend those lists. But if you have questions, there's a person there to answer things for you. A little more storage up here, Jody. And then I'm going to show you, I think I've got to turn this on to show you this really cool panoramic sunroof. But we're going to get there. So I left it partially down just so you can see that it is covered. It's also UV, so you're not going to get a bunch of sun in the cab unless you want to. But I really think that one of the nicest features of this RV is that shade. So I want to show you how much pano you have in this panoramic roof. I mean, it's really just a stunning attribute of this RV. So of course that does close all the way if you'd like to close it. We do have this snap-on cab covers as well. I wanted to show you also, if you have any questions about, for instance, your Freightliner, you've got all your component information, you've got your paint colors, your VIN number, everything's up here on your visor. The only thing missing is something to check my lip gloss. Yeah, everybody, right here, we need a big mirror because there's none in the middle. And then just a little bit of a decoder if you see anything's coming up on the dash there. So we've got an Allison transmission, it's 6-speed. You can downshift, so you could pull this down and keep it in like 3rd gear going up a hill so that you wouldn't go into that next gear, maybe giving you a little extra boost. You can change your drive settings so you can go into kind of like an overdrive for better fuel efficiency. Of course, we're in neutral right now. You've got reverse. When you put the coach into reverse, your camera comes up automatically. Please keep in mind, one of the nicer features about this RV is that we have a much bigger screen than we did in 2020. So 2020 was the first model year that Newmar made a Super C, and there was only 2 dealerships in the entire country that carried these RVs. And we gave a lot of feedback, and one of the things that we needed was a better screen. We needed a little bit more communication, a little bit easier to see. So now you'll notice that we have Bluetooth, we've got your random McAnally navigation system, you've got your camera system, and when I say you've got your camera system, it's like a really nicely improved camera system. This coach actually has the 360 surround overview camera, so that overview camera will make it a lot easier for you to park. So window control, parking brake, if you've never done this, you push this in to release, you pull it to set it. Lock and unlock, mirror heat, so you do have heated mirrors. You probably never need to clear off your def, but this is what you would do if you wanted to burn it off. I'd say the most important switch here is your engine brake. So you've got high or low. And I mean, I can't reinforce to you, if you haven't driven a Super C or a Class A for that matter, if you haven't test driven a Newmar, you really owe it to yourself to come down to Transwest. We're on our frontage road. We're happy to show you how to do it. This is your shade control. Of course, we've got your USB and your power outlet. So all of your dash stuff is super simple. I oftentimes start my generator up front with the tip of my shoe. So I don't even have to sit down and push it, and I'll just start it when we're getting ready to take off on a trip, but that's probably too much information. Yeah, my coffee cup holder works. And you've got your climate control. This bad boy, you've got, plenty of room to, oh, should we do it? Jody, we should do it, right? Start her up. So, yeah, they'll know you're coming. Love that. Yeah, so, you've got your windshield washer. Everything is just super simple. Power mirrors. I don't know. Oh, let's show the seats. So I love, you've got, first of all, you've got this really comfortable cabin anyway, but if you want to use your air seats, you can actually air up your seats and they won't bottom out when you're driving down and you're hitting big bumps. But most importantly, you have your heated seats, and then you've got your lumbar setting here. So really nice, comfortable seats for long road trips. JBL sound system is in this RV, so we've got, a really nice sound system for you. We've got another Bluetooth bar here. And one of the most unique features of the Super C segment is the fact that I can get out right here. So having 3 doors on your RV is really priceless. We've got dual fill on this, so this has got 100-gallon fuel capacity. There's 2 50-gallon tanks, one on each side. And there is an overflow, so you could just fill one and wait for it, but you'd be at the gas station for like 2 hours. Now, if they've got like really good ice cream sundaes, it's not such a big deal. But if you want to go quick, you've got the dual fill on each side, your def tanks on this side. But it's nice just to be able to hop out and get everything kind of rolling. Everybody else can kind of stay in place watching their movies and doing whatever they're doing when you're on your longer road trips. So I think the next thing I want to do, Jody, is I think I want to go ahead and bring the slides in. I'd like to show everybody how beautiful this Belmont interior is on the outside as well as it is on the inside. So again, this is Belmont, both interior and exterior. And I'm going to bring the bedroom slide in back here. Oh, Jody, can you pull the key out of the ignition for me? Oh, this is a trick. This is why Jody gets paid all the big bucks, because he has to do stuff like this for me all the time, because I am kind of a mess. I forget stuff. Did you get it? I'll get it. It's fine. I'll pull this one in first. All right. So at least you guys know that this is like real and live TV, because if it wasn't, we'd just be perfect. But I think this is so impressive. So this hydraulic slide is what's allowed Newmar to give you these full side slides that are so quiet and quick to put in and out. But it's really important to show you how easy it is to walk up and down the middle of the RV. So I'm going to use this as a demonstration point, Jody. We didn't really bungle it up and forget to take the keys out of the ignition. I'm just going to go up to the front and go get the keys out, and you're going to show everybody how easy it was for me to walk through and do that for us. All right. Oh, yeah, that definitely wasn't going to work. So mental note, if you didn't know it, you can't get your slides to come in, it's because your key is still in the ignition, and that's a no-no. So everything else is ready to go. Good. All in. All right, so once again, folks, this has been a really nice tour of the 4051 Newmar. Let's just cover a few things over here before we go outside. This coach does have hydronic heat, which is awesome. You'll notice that we also have a really nice digital display for your tank system, for instance, and also for your heat. So you've got living room and bedroom temperature. This is for your Girard awnings, your wine guard system. This is going to be for, you know, you've got your hydraulic leveling jack, you've got your Oasis system, you've got your inverter. We are wired for solar. One reason that we haven't put solar on this unit, Newmar does 4 100-watt solar panels, and they're nice. It's their factory. They come that way. We use a ZAMP system that has 3 175-watt panels, which gives you more, and you can actually add a 4th panel. So we kind of like to leave it open to you. It depends on how much boondocking you're doing, how much off the grid you are. If you want to have that extra panel, we can do 4 175-watt panels instead of 4 100-watt panels. But yeah, so everything is really nice here. It's great, you know, you can get to camp, get your slides out, get your jacks down. If you're closing up shop, you can turn off your battery disconnect here. And I will show you how to turn off the rest of the chassis so that you can make sure that you're not drawing power and coming back and finding out that when you're ready to go camping, everything is dead. All right, so let's go ahead and head out now. And I'm really excited for the fact that we're actually in a great position for the shade. We usually do our videos a little earlier in the morning, and well, we didn't today, so I have this opportunity to do this RV video in the full sun, which is awesome, because it gives you a great chance to see how these Nova awnings work. You do have 2 awnings instead of just one, so you don't have to have them both out. And then there's a little LED light strip that's underneath here, and that LED light strip is awesome because it really kind of gives you the feeling that you're in your own living room when you're watching television. It's just a really, really great attribute of this RV. I mean, look at how much shade this is providing to us right now. It's really impressive. Okay, so let's just take a look here. First of all, here's your first 50-gallon tank. There's another one on the other side. These do lock, so I don't have the keys with me, but that's okay. This is just one of your cameras. This camera is going to show you when you put your right-hand turn signal, who's next to you, and just make sure that you know that you've cleared the car that you're trying to pass. You can pass people in this. This is a 350 horsepower Cummins. So one of the attributes of this RV that's really interesting is look at how tall these doors are. So this is, I mean, I know I'm not tall. We don't put that in the comments. Follow us, but don't put the short comments in there, please. But seriously, like, this is a really big compartment. You know, it's pretty impressive. Now we've got a little bit of pass through here. You'll notice that there's some of your, this is actually some of your, the fluid that you're using for your hydronic heat. So this RV is all electric. It's including, it has hydronic heat. So there's these little tubes that go underneath the RV that are full of antifreeze or Oasis fluid, whatever you want to call it. But that's what's keeping your RV warm when it's really cold. So if your heat pumps won't work because it's so cold outside, you have hydronic heat in this RV, and that's some of the pumps. But once again, these big drawers, this tall amount of basement space is something that's really unique to this segment for the Super C. Again, here's an air chuck here, or your air hose here. You can plug this in. There's an air chuck that it just attaches to, so you can actually fill or air up your tires if you'd like. Pretty awesome. But just tons and tons of storage, all with LED lights. This HWH articulating step is really awesome. As you can see, like, it's a short distance up and down. This is one of those features that you don't get until you get into the London Air and the Newmar line. So very much a luxury to have, especially if you've got some family members that might be coming to visit you or camp with you that have a harder time getting up and into the cab. Maybe they've had knee replacement or hip replacement. Just really nice natural stairs. And these have a sensor in the front and also on the bottom. So if you hit a curb, they'll stop, and that articulation will stop. So they'll just be a little bit shorter, but still pretty cool. I know we covered this earlier, but you've got both your screen, and then you've got this nice, beautiful door. Steps will come in, cover goes up. You've got a code here. So if you want to leave your keys behind, you can go ahead and push your code to get in and out of your RV. You don't have to bring your keys with you. And then you have a doorbell. And I know you heard that ring when we first started this video, but it's funny, I was in the back making sure that I had all the cabinets under control, and I heard the doorbell ring and I was like, oh my gosh, Jody's already here. So pretty cool here. These are just pads to go under the tires. I don't know exactly why we have those in here, but hey, there's some nice pads. But once again, big storage capacity. Great place to watch a movie. Go ahead and put this up a little bit more. You've also got, once again, a Wi-Fi capable sound bar out here, another Bose sound bar. So if you just want to put the game on over the speakers, or maybe just listen to some good old Led Zeppelin or Jimi Hendrix, it's great. You got campsite music right here. Great place to watch the Super Bowl if you want to watch the game. You'll notice right here to the left of our Superstar logo, which is pretty fantastic, is our bedroom slide. So we've got our bedroom slide here. And then, man, look at this gigantic tire. So this is one of the things that's going to really give you that extra confidence. This is a 22.5, big, nice, solid tire. They've got a lot of sidewall, so a lot of cush. And then one of the other aspects of this, and I want to make sure I get these numbers right, so I actually wrote this down earlier. You've got a much longer wheelbase than an industry standard. So this is a 329-inch wheelbase as opposed to a 286-inch wheelbase. And what that means for you is that in addition to having that air ride cabin, you also have a much longer wheelbase, so a much more comfortable drive. And then also, because your wheels are positioned further back on the house, you've got better towing capacity. So this coach is pre-wired, so if you want to put a stacker behind it, you want to tow a car, whatever it is, it's pre-wired for that, but it's also very capable, which is very important. With 1,150 foot-pounds of torque and a 350 ISL Cummins on a Freightliner chassis, you're not only going to be able to be on the road comfortably going up and down mountain passes, you can do it with something behind you, which is really important. So in this cab here, you'll notice that we have we got a 110 outlet here. We've got our vacuum bags, we've got some extra tile, and then there's that cushion I talked about earlier. That's the cushion that goes in if you want to make that extra bed where the dinette is, or the Euro booth. And then up here is where you have your exterior vacuum. So I would keep these little plugins out here, because if you want to vacuum off your paddleboard or whatever it is before you stow something, maybe vacuum off your dog, maybe vacuum off your children, whatever, all of that could be done out here. And then just another amount of storage here. Again, another GFI grounded 110 outlet back here. And you'll notice that there's this little release here. So this little release right here is actually for what they call the garage. I don't call it the garage. I mean, everyone's got their priorities in life. Dude, I say, hello, look at this bar. You could have top shelf. You could have all your mixers. You could have all your salsa and chips. Or you could put motor oil in there. Bleh. Anyway, whatever you want. I love this space here. You'll notice that there's a lot of really deep storage. That's great if you want to put fishing poles. We talked about getting one of the brooms that you could fold in half, but you could also keep a nice long broom in here. And then you got this 3-inch receiver, and I know we saw the sleeve in the back just a few seconds ago. That was a 2-inch adapter, but this is a standard 3-inch. And then this little guy here is going to be for your stacker, so you've got all of your video capacity if you've got a camera on the back. And then you got a 7-pin connector right here as well. And then below that you have a 4-pin. So depending on how much you're towing, whether or not you need brakes, lights, whatever, all of that stuff's ready for you right there. We do have, again, over cab lighting for your spectacular rear bar area. So I want to close this up just so you can see one of the most impressive things about this Super C is the way that it looks. I mean, it is absolutely stunning. I love the mirrored slats here. I love all the LED lights. This attention to detail has got a very commanding presence on the road. And if you're not friendly, if you don't like people, don't buy a Superstar, because everyone's gonna stop you and ask you about this RV. And to be honest with you, you're gonna be so impressed yourself. You're gonna be in a conversation for 45 minutes and have a new best friend before you even know it, because this thing is freaking awesome. Okay, so mud flap, we got that going for us. More storage underneath here. Access to that overhead storage as well. I'll just go ahead and close these up. I really want to get a glamour shot of this RV because it just looks absolutely stunning in the sun. Gravity hose right there for you if you want to use your gravity hose. This is a great storage area for that gravity hose if you want to put it in there so it's not mixed into your nice water closet down here. You can do that. You also notice that we do have, instead of having switches, we actually have electric switches for your gray water and black water clean out. Here's your sewage rinse. Here's your manual fill or an auto fill, so super simple. This is where that whole house water filter goes. So this little bad boy here goes up here, and then you have hot and cold outside as well as an outdoor shower. We do have this off right now because this coach is winterized. And then there's a nice little drain port here with a little cover just in case it floods. And you don't need to bring an extra hose with you. You've got a nice hose on a hose reel here. So pretty cool. Low point drain right there as well. Just really well done. Super simple. This is a really big closet. It's a lot larger than some of the other RVs that we carry. But when you have a Super C, you got lots of room. So 8,000 watt Onan quiet diesel generator. You can start it and stop it here or inside like I showed you earlier with your toe on the dash. And my colleague Brian did this and I was like, he's always showing me up. He's so much smarter than I am. Okay, I can do it too, Brian. Pull the pins and open up your batteries and you have easy access to your batteries. There you go, Brian Moritz. By the way, everybody, I hope I do a great job for you. If I'm not your flavor, man, I got a really talented staff here at Transwest. Lots of really great people who support each other, know a lot about coaches. Just really, really nice people to work with. And I mean, I watch their videos. I learn a lot from them. They're just really amazing. So pretty cool. For instance, I had no idea that this was for hydraulics, to be honest with you. Every time I'd open the cabin, I'd be like, oh, I don't know what that is. But as Brian pointed out earlier, all the hoses are even color coded. So if you want to work on your own RV, which makes me think you're insane, you can. So I guess people like to do that. I don't really get it, but hey. So this Oasis Chinook, this is part of that hydronic heating system that gives you instant hot water, endless hot water, take a shower for as long as you want. This is one of the best attributes of an all-electric coach is we don't have propane anywhere. We don't have any, we don't need to have a place to store hot water. We have instantaneous hot water. When I say hot water, I mean, it's hot, man. Like, you can't turn it all the way up. It's awesome. So really, really nice RV. It'll make you feel like you're in the lap of luxury, even on the road, just like you're at home. So we got your Magnum inverter right here. And then, of course, you've got your power hose reel. So this little guy will reel in your hose. You'll notice that you can just put it in and out of that little slot so you can keep your door closed. But if your hose is cold and wet and yucky and dirty and you don't feel like touching it, it's just really nice to have the touch of a button. A lot of times we're making videos for you guys at like 10 o'clock in the morning and it's 30 degrees outside and we have to put them away when we get done. I promise you, the power hose reel is a very underappreciated feature on this RV, and you will one day realize how right I was about that. Another camera. Here's that depth fill, and you'll notice right here, you can see how this line is below minimum fill when cold. So that's that Oasis fluid. That's something that's really important. If you don't buy your RV from me, then I don't know if they'll do this, but if you tell me that you watched one of my videos and that I offered to give you a free bottle of the glycol mix that you need to keep that where it needs to be so that you always have hot water, I will give it to you. All you have to do is tell me that you saw me tell you that on one of these videos, and you'll get a free bottle. Now what, it's fake 15, 20 bucks, but who doesn't like free stuff? Free stuff just for you, just for tuning in, just for watching us here at Transwest. Okay, I know we talked about this, but man, easy entry into that cab. Super, super nice. I can't tell you how much fun it is for us when we get to a truck stop and we're gonna fuel up. Like, I jump out of my drawer and I go get the Slurpees and Jason diesels up, and like, it's just cool. Like, we feel cool. Okay, so Jody, I want you to know I was really preemptive and I unlocked this side, but I didn't unlock the other side, so I'll be right back. You can go ahead and take a pan out. Look at how beautiful this RV is. So one of the reasons we buy a Super C is for this exact reason. Easy access. So I, as you probably already have gathered, will not be working on my own RV, but I know that the longer it takes a mechanic to get things taken apart and put together, the more expensive it is. So this is super easy access. I love to see the marriage of the Cummins to the Freightliner chassis here. You can always tell that. Cummins will paint all of their parts red so that you know where the differentiation is between the chassis and the engine itself. Pretty cool stuff. You know, you got all of your filters are easy access. Your dipstick is easy access. I mean, everything is just all right here. You've got jump points. On the other side, you've got a huge air filter. You can get to your windshield washer fluid very easily as well. So, you know, just once again, very classy. You know, when you know the difference, you buy a Newmar. Here's one of those 360 surround cameras. So you've got cameras throughout the entire thing. And you'll notice how nice and quietly that goes down. It's on a nice, it doesn't slam shut, which I think is also really important. And it's really easy to close up. Even I can do it. For the record, don't get your hand stuck in there. I typically, like every 3 videos, I'll get like a really nice blood blister. So just a little public service announcement there. So you guys, that brings us to the end. See, I just did it. I didn't get a blood blister though, I just slammed my finger. Anyway, that brings us to the end of this Newmar 4051 presentation. I hope I've been informative. I hope I've given you a lot of information. I hope I've caused you to have, you know, some questions like, why isn't that in my driveway? If I have, let me know. Again, my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. My number is 303-562-8659. If you want to watch this video again or ask me about an RV that's very similar to this, we've been looking at 5N201402. This one's already got a name on it, but man, we've got others. We've got probably 3 or 4 coming in. So make one yours. Have fun camping. And thanks for tuning in.